Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Skills and Abilities, yes! Today we're going to be looking at the Amazon skill known as Slow Missiles. Slow Missiles is a really fun one. It's actually a lot cooler than a lot of people will give it credit for. And if you want to add this to your repertoire, it is certainly a nice fun one to use. Now, the thing is, though, is they've recently changed it and they've added some very interesting things to it. So as you can see now, it says ranged attacks are slowed by 68%. Physical damage received reduced by 6%. Radius is now 18 yards. Mana cost is 5, and it has a duration of 12 seconds. Now, as we level it up, you'll notice that the physical damage reduction increases tremendously. At level 10, it's 28%, and ranged attacks are now slowed down to 40% of their original speed. And as we increase it, we go down even further, and the physical damage reduction goes up even further. So we get a very nice 30% ranged attack slow. So they are 30% of their original speed. And the monsters will now deal 36% less physical damage to you while this is in effect. Now, it has a radius of 18 yards, and it does last for 180 seconds at level 29, which is pretty nice. And basically what you can do is you can actually slow a ranged attack, right? Well, that's what you would that's what they want you to believe, because you can slow a lot more than just ranged attacks. This is actually one of the most interesting things about this ability, is that it doesn't just slow ranged attacks, it also slows spells. A lot of spells. A lot more than it probably ever should. And of course I walked in here and got blasted. I got blasted. Let me see if I can avoid getting blasted. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Ah. Man, the freaking glomes are down there, which is what I need. I need the glomes. Let's try again. Hopefully with less dying action. I can always do it in Nightmare. Probably die less.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
I am overburdened. What are you overburdened for? Freaking Hand of Justice bow. Waka waka waka. I mean, is it my fault that there was an entire group of freaking lightning immune monsters at the door? Hold on, let me put some points in my dodges so I can be super tanky. As you can see, even Bone Spear from the snakes is slowed down, and Bone Spear is also a spell. Another good place for me to go would be Great Marsh. Great Marsh always has gloams. I'm pretty sure it always has gloams. We need gloams because I want to show you that it slows down lightning, which is pretty darn cool. I would have died. Oh Lord, no! Back off me, suckers! I should put some points in vitality. I should put some points in vitality. That's why I died. I totally forgot I didn't put any points in vitality. Y'all ain't got no gloams here? I'm leaving if y'all ain't got no gloams. I want my money back. I want my money back. I want my ticket back on this. Y'all's mean. Okay, Plains of Despair has gloams. Plains of Despair. Let's go to Plains of Despair. City of the Damned. Why not? Ooh, that's a good one. Notice that even the tainted lightning balls are also being slowed down. Anything that counts as a missile, anything that is considered a missile attack, is added into the slow's target. There's also another interesting side effect of the slow's missile ability that a lot of people are unaware of. So, Diablo does not have weapon range, okay? It doesn't have, like, you don't have, okay, this ability travels, you know, like 50 yards. Like, it doesn't have things like that. So there's not like a straight up just maximum distance or minimum distance that something applies. Oh, thank you for the $10 Street Fighter. Hell yeah. And what this means is that it's time. So missiles have a duration that they are allowed to travel during. So most attacks will travel for 2 seconds and then they will cease. If you slow down the projectile, but the time remains the same, then the projectile will actually not travel the same distance that it would normally. So for instance, if I go back to City of the Damned, you'll notice that the projectiles go pretty far. But when I throw this slow missile up, the projectiles can't go as far as they would normally. They literally fire them and they go like 2 feet in front of them and then they stop. And this is because when the monsters have the slow projectile on them, the effect is actually causing the attack to travel less distance. Because it's still traveling for the same amount of time, but it's slower, and so it doesn't make it as far as it normally would. So slow missile also has another layer of protection that it doesn't really tell you about. Not only does it slow the missiles down, so they're much easier to dodge, gives you the very nice physical damage reduction, but it also causes the missiles to travel less distance, which means that they are easier to dodge in the sense that you don't have them covering the entire screen. Now, some abilities just go like really freaking far. Lightning is one of those abilities, and I was really hoping to show you a lightning attack. Let's see if we can save and exit a couple times and go to Worldstone Keep a couple times and see if we can get our hands on the glomies. I'm also going to steal my mercenaries' Chains of Honor. Just so I can have 65% lightning resistance. That'll be a freaking pile full of soul killers at the door. Let's see what's past the soul killers. Bats. And snakes. Ah! Not what I was looking for. Let's try again. Come on, gloamy, gloamy, glomies. It's really cool to see the gloam's lightning slowed down. It's one of the coolest things about slow missiles, in my opinion, is looking at the spells that are slowing down that shouldn't be slowed down. Like, you see how far Bone Spear goes when it actually is normal? And then when I slow missiles the target, Bone Spear doesn't go anywhere. Like, it immediately kills the ability and makes it next to useless. This also works on the effect from the beetles, so the lightning that comes out of the beetles. And it makes it so that the lightning travels slower. But do be aware that it can make the lightning more deadly sometimes because it focuses the lightning in one spot. Now, granted, you have to actually walk into the lightning, like, and be hit by it because it's so slow that it's not going to hit you. But the problem is that if you do happen to walk into one of those little lightning pieces, it probably consists of maybe like anywhere between 10 to 50 lightning bolts that are all stuck in like limbo, and those little lightning bolts can all hit you at the same time and kill you. So while slow missiles will help you versus the lightning enchanted monsters, it also can get you killed if you're not careful. But you do have to, like I said, specifically run into it. So keep that in mind. Lots of snakes. Had gloams the first time, and now I can't get gloams again because reasons. More snakes. There we go. Oh God. Let me out. Let me out. As you can see, it slowed down, though. It was nice and slow. Let me out. You know what? Frickin' I had it on P8 too, which of course is half the issue. This character's not set up for standing in the middle of gloams, okay? It's freaking glorious. Recovery impossible. It is. Recovery is totally impossible. I need some faster run walk boots. Yeah, gloams can stun lock you. It's all nasty. Everything about it is nasty. Let's go to nightmare difficulty where we're not going to get meoitered. Yeah, T-Gods would be nice. I'm cheating. Where's my gloams? Oh, beetles. There we go. Look at the slow lightning. Look at it. Look at it. Isn't it glorious? The slowest of lightnings. And you will find that there are tons of abilities within the game that while technically they are spells, technically they are, but they still are affected by the slow missile ability, and it causes the attacks to go extremely slow. Who knew that Amazons were so powerful that they could slow down lightning? The constant of the universe, the speed of light, pff, who cares? Speed of light, schmite. The other thing to remember is that this can be up at the same time as your inner sight. So inner sight and slow missiles actually do not overwrite each other, and they can actually be up at the same time. This is actually really awesome. When you slow missiles a target, you do get a visual indicator that shows that you have slow missiled the target. And let me go ahead and show you that real quick. I'll zoom in on a monster. Oh, okay, just instant dead end. All right. As you can see, it looks like sparkles, just like Inner Sight. However, when you cast Inner Sight actually stacks with it. It doesn't overwrite it, and you can have both up at the same time. Slow missiles and Inner Sight also do not overwrite curses, which is also very nice. I don't really think there's a lot more to go over with slow missiles. I mean, I could do a quick recap. So slow missiles reduces the speed of the monster's ranged ability. Anything that is considered a missile attack, including spells like lightning, bone spear, and so forth. By reducing the... Will you get out of here? You sort of licking my mouse, sir. Mice are not for licking. So it reduces the monster's attack. God bless it. He screwed me all up. Freaking just comes over and starts licking my mouse. I don't even understand. Just like, why? Why? Why is he licking the mouse? Why? So, slow missiles reduces the speed of the monster's attack, which in turn also reduces the range of the monster's attack because the abilities only travel for a specific time, not distance. Reduces the monster's physical damage so that the monsters will have a lot harder trouble killing you. Good for those archers and so forth and so on. But it also reduces the physical damage of even regular monsters, like Death Lords and stuff like that. On top of this, it also slows down spells, Bone Spear, Lightning, Bone Spirit. Basically anything that is considered a missile attack. And there are tons and tons of abilities in the game that are considered missile attacks. And as you play around with slow missiles, I think you'll find out that it does work very well with a lot of attacks. Like the harpies that shoot those little blood orbs at you, works very good with the harpies. Works very good with the bone spear snakes. The lightning gloams works very good with the lightning enchanted beetles. All sorts of very interesting things that you can use slow missiles for. And quite honestly, there's no reason not to just spam it every now and then. Also works very good in PvP, but I'm sure Kyle will tell me that it's bad manners. Apparently everything is bad manners in PvP. Showing up with a weapon in your hand is apparently bad manners in PvP. You're not allowed to use any abilities whatsoever. They're all off limits. Come out with your fists and fight with your fists, because that's literally the only thing you're allowed to do in PvP. As always, thanks for watching, and keep watching.